to them only 6 times the entire regular season in 162 games. Wow. A slow roller, charging is Alberto, can't make the play. Revere scores. Blue Jays cut the Rangers lead in half.
I don't think he had a play on that ball, but this game is cruel, man. It'll find you. And back to your point, Tom, he stayed away, and that's what happens. You're going to hook this ball. You talked about Encarnacion, it didn't matter to him.
Yeah, right before that, Chirinos gave extra emphasis on get it away. Again, the inability to get a swing and miss on these Toronto hitters gets Gallardo in trouble, and now double play not turned, and a tough ball not turned into an out.
First hitter that came into the game hit him a ground ball. Then
2-2 on Encarnacion. Dyson delivers. Up the middle, base hit to lead off the inning.
That's a big hit. 2-2. Not trying to do too much. Great approach, and I've been saying the whole game. Ohlendorf has been a weapon. He has really reinvented himself out of the bullpen. Throwing mid-90s. The windup is, I love it. It's taking us way back old school.
Right center. A base hit for Encarnacion. It rolls to the wall. And at second with a stand-up double. His second hit of the day.
Here's the windup. There's a nice piece of hitting, but I want to go back to the windup. Watch how this is so old. He takes the wingspan right here, and then watch the foot. He disengages, goes back, re-engage, step back again. Tom, I know you'd like to talk about how certain guys set on one side of the rubber to get an angle. He goes all over the place.
Once, twice, 3 times he leaves the rubber and then goes back to it.
Throwing mid-90s. The windup is, I love it. It's taking us way back old school.
Right center. A base hit for Encarnacion. It rolls to the wall. And at second with a stand-up double. His second hit of the day.
Here's the windup. There's a nice.
The Blue Jays had hit the last 5 home runs prior to that shot by Chu. Encarnacion with a drop. We are tied at 2.
Inside one too many times. On 2-2, they were going to go in on Bautista. Cole shook him off and went away, and then he got him pop up 3-2. First pitch inside, and he smoked it. Encarnacion.
Strikes, 2 away.
Well, here's the reaction. As soon as he gets this ball, that's when you know you got one. I mean, when you hit him in the 3rd deck, I guess you can do that.
No doubter. So Jimenez set up outside.
The 3 Jays who combined for 120 home runs. And well over 300 runs batted in during the regular season. Jeff Bannister's Rangers won the first 2 games of this series here in Toronto. Blue Jays won the last 2 games when facing elimination, something that Toronto had never done in the history of the franchise. Encarnacion on at first. The inning continues.
Well, other than Bautista's home run, death by 1,000 paper cuts. this offense here in the 7th inning.
First inning, Encarnacion, Colabello, and Tulowitzki. Here in the second, that's a base hit off the bat of Encarnacion, who had to leave last night with irritation in the middle finger left hand, and here he is up there hacking with a line drive to the left of Escobar.
Well, it's almost like playing in cold weather. You get one good swing before that hand is going to hurt, or if a ball rings off your bat. He squared it up and got a knock. He came up last night in a big situation, and he was not available. I think that was a big difference.
From 0-2 to 3-2.
Playing with fire.
Hoshaver is up for the Royals in their pen. Right now it's Ventura's 3-2. Left side. Under the glove of Escobar, and they're going to bring the runner Donaldson to the plate. The throw home, too late, 2-0 Toronto.
You can't continue to go down in the count and give these guys hitters counts. They're going to capitalize on you.
Well, Encarnacion able to answer the call today after leaving last night with a middle finger issue on his left hand, and he has 2 hits.
A real good hitter wins the battle here. They're going to stay hard throughout this at bat with fastballs and cutters. The 2-strike curveball has disappeared in this game. So Encarnacion seeing speed. There's a changeup right there. Right back with a cutter again, away, not far away enough. And because it's such a big field, you need to respect the power of Encarnacion. That's an easy score from Donaldson, even with nobody out.
The other thing I think about too is Tommy talked about Del Swaim, hitting coach for the Royals, said the first 2 or 3 innings are going to be very difficult for the hitters because of the shadows. Now you're getting a chance to really see the pitches coming in.
Well, now 2 on, still nobody out for Colabello. Ken Rosenthal, this is something that Encarnacion's been dealing with here in the second half.
He has been, Joe.
A manager would get fired today if you used any relief pitcher that much.
Hey, so we don't lose out of what we're watching here. That was an important pitch right there by Medlin to knock Encarnacion off the plate a little bit. That sets up the rest of the series.
And what follows is another base hit in the same spot. He hit it the last time. He's 2 for 3.
He beats the shift. And why do I say it's an important pitch? Because everything's been out, right? Look at him diving. He starts to dive, ball runs back up in. And you don't want to go that high, but you got to eventually take back the inside part of the plate if you're the Royals. The home runs that have been hit, everything on the inside happened first pitch, but it puts so much pressure on the pitcher. He's worried about the first pitch, not even the second or third.
Pitch number 77 for Giordano is hit in the air to left field. That ball's going to get down. It will be cut off by Kane, but a double with 1 out. There's the tying run for Toronto.
And he has been throwing a steady diet of fastballs to Eddie Encarnacion throughout this series, game 2, and again tonight. Tripled up on it right there. Too good of a hitter.
And that's it. Ventura will leave with a tying run.
Even though they've turned a lot of double plays. Oh, there's a drive to deep left field, and the ball game is over. one electrifying moment to send the Toronto Blue Jays into the ALDS against the Texas Rangers, and he knew it as soon as the ball left the bat.
Everybody in the ballpark knew that was gone. Got every bit of it on the first pitch fastball.
That's 2 lap flips in 2 years for the Blue Jays. 4 of their 5 runs scored of home runs from Bautista and Encarnacion, who might not even be with the ball club next year. Both free agents.
He couldn't catch, and that would have ended the inning that eventually turned into 5 runs.
Donaldson with the first 4-hit game by a Blue Jay in the postseason since Dennis Eckersley nemesis Roberto Alomar did it. That was in the 93. What a groan. It was a base hit by Encarnacion. A single to right, back-to-back hits off Diekman.
What a great player he was, huh?
That was. And Encarnacion off the glove of Hamels. And no play anywhere as Encarnacion will reach on an infield hit. That'll put runners at first and third with 2 outs.
The pitch right there by Hamels was a fastball. He's trying to get this ball in, but leaves it out over the plate. Kind of got him on the label, because if he were to hit a bullet, he could have never gotten the glove on it. Although it was hit right there in front of him. It wasn't hit all that hard. He slowed it down.
I think Odor would have gotten to that ball.
I can't hardly blame the pitcher for trying to make a play, but it might have cost him an out. And so first and third now for Jose Bautista. Back-to-back hits with 2 outs. Blue Jays with a run in.
Them are homers, all by different people.
Darvish with 80 pitches on the board as we play in the 5th. And that one's driven left field. And it is up and gone. Encarnacion hits a rocket. Another home run for the Blue Jays. 3rd solo shot. Edwin Encarnacion goes deep. I didn't think it was going to be high enough to get out. It was hit so hard.
You better be careful with that fastball. I'll tell you what, these guys can turn and burn. Missed with some breaking balls. You saw a cutter earlier in the count, fastball middle down, and he just puts this on a line just enough to get over the left field fence.
You know, that reminded me of the way that he finished there was Gary Sheffield.
Right.
Quick swing, quick finish, one-handed follow.
Encarnacion's first at-bat here at Rogers Center since his dramatic 3-run walk-off home run in the 11th in the wild card game. And there she goes, away back. Encarnacion does it again.
Boy, you better be careful with those sliders. He threw a bunch of good ones, but guess what? That's not a good one. That ball, as soon as he swung once again, this ball is gone.
Sometimes when a guy loses the bat, you say, well, the bat went farther than the ball. Not this time.
What a blast by Encarnacion. He takes the Parrot for a ride. And a quick 2-spot.
The way he pulls the ball so much.
Almost have to take it out of the catcher's glove.
Hitting started with a single by Carrera, scored on the Donaldson ground rule double. And Encarnacion with a bullet almost hit Donaldson. He'll come around and score easily. Edwin Encarnacion keeps it rolling for Toronto.
That'll get him over.
5-2 Blue Jays. And Jeff Bannister is searching for answers right now on the mound. That run will belong to Lewis.
I don't know how this missed Donaldson. Fancy footwork. Hanging breaking ball. Oh. You cannot leave breaking balls out over the plate. That just, he eats them for dinner.
And now it's Bautista.
But the call is foul, and the count 2-2. So Toronto, a ball club that hits the long ball. They walk a lot. They don't run much. They have the third fewest stolen bases. Well, when you have this many home run hitters in a lineup, you're not going to take a chance running yourself into outs when somebody might hit a two-run homer. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit a ton. Deep right center. Chisenhall going back. It's over his head. Up against the wall. Into second is Encarnacion, and to third is Donaldson. I think that ball fooled Chisenhall. A line drive to deep right center. An opposite field double for Encarnacion. And it did not look like Chisenhall got a great read on it. And Donaldson didn't break initially. He didn't know if that ball might be caught. And so Encarnacion, who had 34 doubles in the regular season, has doubled here, and the Blue Jays are threatening early. And the key in 2 outs, nobody on. No score, top of the third. Outfielders, medium deep, straight up the pitch. Swung on a rip job into the gap of left center field through that shift. And another 2-strike base hit for a Blue Jays hitter. And Edwin Encarnacion with a single to left center. He is 2 for 2. And now Jose Bautista. The Blue Jays had second and third with 1 out in the first. And Bautista struck out for the second out. Then Russell Martin grounded out. Jose Bautista. He and Joe Carter now share the Toronto Blue Jays franchise record for most postseason home runs. They each have 6.
Base hit against the shift. Encarnacion aboard with 2 down in the first.
That's really a good piece of hitting. Not knowing if you're going to get the cutter or the fastball on the outside corner. He just takes what is given to him. And he doesn't seem like the classic hitter where you would play the shift on. He has the ability to hit the ball over there, ground ball to the right side.
It's really what's wrong. Encarnacion trying to cash in here in the bottom half of the 7th in a 1-run game. Up the middle, base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. Bautista will score. 2 runs in, out at third, but the lead is now 4-1. Goins would score easily. They threw toward the plate. Throw cut off, and Donaldson was out at third.
Cal, you were right. The big part of the field.
He's good at driving in runs, and he thinks the big part of the field. The base running there was pretty interesting to me. Donaldson tried to go first to third to draw the throw.
Brian Shaw departs in the midst of a big Blue Jay rally. Mike Clevenger will make his postseason debut. Cal, take me through this.
Yeah, he's trying to throw the runner out at home. Donaldson just takes off and tries to draw the throw, almost trading a run for an out. Edwin does a nice job of getting back to second base to keep another guy in scoring position, but they wanted